Hey everybody. All right, so now we're going to start systems of equations. And I'm going to talk a little about systems and then how to solve them by graphing. All right, so before you learned about a linear equation, right? So that's the coordinate plane, the x and y. So it looked like this, or it looked like this, or it looked like this, or it looked like this. Okay, a system of equations is two or more lines. We are only going to do a two, right? And so when you have two or more lines, they can intersect like this guy, and you get an ordered pair as your solution. You get one solution right there. They can be parallel like railroad tracks and never intersect, and you get no solution. Or they can be the exact same line, and you can have infinitely many. That's what that means. Infinite is what that symbol means. All right, so when you have a systems of equation, there's three ways to solve it. You have graphing, you have substitution, and you have elimination. Right? I'm going to show you all three ways. Just like if you're going to your friend's house, you probably have several ways you can get to your friend's house, but maybe the main way that you always go, which is your favorite way, has construction. And so you can't go that way, you have to go a different way. Or a way that you always go, there's a wreck, and so you have to take a little detour and go around a different way. And so that's why there's different ways to solve problems, because some ways to solve the problem lend themselves better to different types of problems. So for example, there's different kinds of cars, but there is, and so like a pickup truck is better for some kind of people versus a small car might be with better gas mileage might be better for somebody who, travels a lot. All right, so before, when you had a line, or even when you had like, I don't know, 2x plus 9 equals 21, and we solved this guy, then you got x equals a number. You got a single number as your answer. This one happens to be 6, by the way. I only remember that because I did it in just a video earlier. When you solve these guys, you're going to get an ordered pair as your solution. All right, and an ordered pair is an x and a y value, and both x and the y have to work in both equations. So for example, let's look. So 3, this is the x, is the 2, and the 5 is the y. So we're going to do 3 times 2 minus 2 times 5 equals -4. I'm literally going to stick this guy in my calculator. I mean, I can do it in my head, 6 minus 10. Okay, stick it in your calculator, and we do get -4. Now we're going to do 5 times x plus y, which is 5, equals 15. So stick that in your calculator, this guy, or do it by hand. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 5 equals 15. So that works. So that works in both equations. So yes, this guy is a solution. So that's your answer, yes. All right, let's try him. All right, so this is the x, that's the y. Okay, so y equals, so it's going to be -2 equals -4 times x plus 2. So I'm going to stick in my calculator. And like literally, even with the parentheses and everything, -4, parentheses 1, parentheses plus 2, or you can do it by hand, and we do get -2. All right, now let's do the second one. Y, so -2 equals -1 half times x plus 3. Anytime, any time you have a fraction, and you want to stick it in your calculator, put parentheses around it. So do parentheses, -1 divided by 2 parentheses, then do that -1, that 1 right there, and then plus 3. And stick that in your calculator. Okay, stick this in your calculator. and see if we get -2. Let me, -1 divided by 2, put that in parentheses, times 1 plus 3. And I get 2.5. I do not get -2. So this is a no. This is not the solution where those two lines intersect. All right, so let's find the solution for the system graph below. So we have two lines and we want to see where they intersect. They intersect right there, and that is -1, comma 2. So the x value is -1, the y value is 2. That's not bad, but you're going to have to graph the lines on your own. Oh, okay, right here, if we have this line and then this line, top of each other, like everywhere they touch, then you have infinitely many solutions. Okay, or you could write this guy, which means all real numbers, any of those. Okay, because everywhere they touch, every single x, y combination on that line is going to work. So we have two different lines, they're railroad tracks, and look, they never intersect, ever, not even once. So no real solution. Or if you wanted, you could do the 0 with a slash. Okay, that means no real solution. This means 0. Please know the difference. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we have two lines. Oh, hang on, guys. Sorry, y'all ever have like a boo-boo that's like doesn't really hurt, or like a sore that doesn't really hurt, and then you just happen to hit it just like on the right spot, and if there wasn't a boo there, it wouldn't hurt at all, but just because you hit it like on the right spot, you're like, oh my god, it hurts so bad. All right, anyway, sorry. We're totally focused now. Okay. That's what happened. All right, let's totally do math. All right, I'm gonna do this guy blue. You do him right. Okay, so the slope of him is -1 because it's always the number touching x. The y-intercept, 0, 8. So I'm going to put a dot at 0, 8. And then the slope, that means -1 over 1. That means down 1, right 1. So I'm going to go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. Okay, then I'm this guy. The slope is 2, and the y-intercept is 0, 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we go up 1, 2 over 1. So 1, 2 over 1. And so that line is that guy. And so this slope means 2 over 1. So you're going to go up 2, right 1, which is why I did that. All right, and the intersection is this guy right there. So that intersection is 1, comma 7. So that's your answer. Okay, not too bad. Let's do it again. All right, here we go. Right, this one is in standard form, so I'm going to do x and y intercepts. So x equals -2, and then so I'm going to do 0, -2, 0 for the x-intercept. And then 2y equals -2, so I get y equals -1. For the x-intercept, the y is 0, so that's why he just went away. Like, because 2 times y is just nothing, so I just kind of deleted him. I just put, he went away. And then for the y-intercept, the x is 0, so he goes away. And so I get 0, -1, right here. Right. So here, I want the x and y intercept because they're in standard form. So I get 3x equals -6. So I'm going to get x is -2. Get -2, comma 0 right here. And then for the y-intercept, I get -2 equals -6. So I get y equals, I'm going to divide by -2 on both sides. I get 3. So I would get 0, comma 3. And so these guys intersect right there. And so that intersection is -2, comma 0. So that's your answer, -2, comma 0, because your solution is not an x or a y. It is an x, comma y. And you need to put parentheses around it because it's an ordered pair. Let's do another one. All right, so here the slope is 2/3. That means I'm going to go up 2, right 3. The y-intercept is 3, so it is 0, 3. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 and put a dot. And then the slope is 2/3. So I'm going to go up 2, 1, 2, right 3 and put a dot. Up 2, 1, 2, 3, put a dot. All right, pretend that's a straight line. Okay, here, -2x equals -6. So I'm going to divide by -2 on both sides. So I get 3. So it's 3, comma 0. And I did that because for the x-intercept, the y value is 0, so he goes away. And then for the y-intercept, the x value is 0, so he goes away, so I get -6. So it would be 0, -6, 6. Let me double check something. Let me double check. Bet you. Oh, they do. I didn't draw my line. All right, so look. This is bad. Let me draw this better. All right. There we go. All right, so this guy compared to, okay, I'm coming back to this problem. Compared to here, that one was so easy we could tell. This one's so easy we could tell. This guy, hard to tell. It looks like it's there. Okay. When I check it on the calculator, this is what we get as our answer. 6.75, comma 7.5. So it's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's really like somewhere over here in this area, but it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to tell. So I wanted to show you with that one. They're not parallel. They do intersect. Okay. The ones I give you will be easy to tell. Okay. Just know that. All right. Just a friendly reminder, you can have 3 types of solutions where they intersect and you get an answer, where they're the exact same line and you get infinitely many answers, or they're parallel lines and you get 0 answers. Also remember, parallel lines have the same slopes, different y-intercepts. Perpendicular lines have different slopes, different y-intercepts. If it's the same line, it will have the same slope, same y-intercept. All right, so go do the practice, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.